wait, let's go. Yeah, I wanna wait, no, I wanna wait, let's run.
Hey y'all, hey, it's Chelcee Monet and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Today's gonna be a get ready with me video, and we're just gonna have a little chit chat while I do my makeup. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so let's just hop right into this video. I wanted to record my everyday makeup routine, and well, let me scratch that. Let me not say everyday makeup, because guess what, I don't wear makeup every day. But I just wanted to do my makeup and like chit chat with you guys just about some things that I've been seeing on my social media and just thoughts that I've been having. And yeah, so I saw this video on TikTok, and by the way, I'm probably not going to tell you guys every product that I'm using, but I will put a list of the products that I'm using in the description box. So if it's something that you guys like, just check the description box. But I saw this video on TikTok, and this girl, if I can find it, I am definitely going to add it to the video.
This is how you know you have a healthy friendship. So as we're doing our like weekly, monthly check-in, you know, we all have our own lives. I met this girl when I was like 13, 14. And we're doing the usual, how are you doing? I told her I'm good. And then when it was time for me to ask her, she replied, and this is the game changer, y'all. She says, do you have room for me right now? Because I'm going through a lot, but I want to ask, do you have room for what I'm going through, like for me to even vent and put that on you? What? And this is, y'all just don't understand how deep that is, because many times people will throw their, I don't want to say baggage on you, but sometimes it will seem like that, especially if you're an empath and people just dump things on you and you internalize it and you carry what they're going through throughout your day. And they don't even ask. They don't even ask like if it's okay for them to dump this on you, because some things that people are going through is a little too much, right? And sometimes they don't even want solutions. They just want to vent. But by my friend asking me, do I have room? That's a game changer. That's somebody that has gone through therapy and has willingly worked on herself and is going through a season of transformation.
Yeah. Making sure your friend is like mental health is healthy enough before she's able to receive like the things that you are going through. I felt like that was just such an act of kindness, such an act of vulnerability in a sense, simply because life be lifing, you know, everybody goes through stuff, and you know, you guys are supposed to be there for each other. It's not supposed to be just one way. But like I feel like that was another way that she was showing love to her friend as well. Because it's just like, so you don't want, it's okay to be the therapist friend. It's okay to be the one people go to get advice from or different things of that nature. But it's also like, okay, when you are the strong friend, who does the strong friend go to? Not even just for advice, but just, you know, for venting. Sometimes your friend really don't even need advice. Sometimes they just want to vent. Sometimes they just want to get things off of their chest, and that's great. But I feel like that was just like that, I don't know, what she did just really spoke to me, and I feel like that was just so awesome. And I feel like it should be done more often these days. But friendships are so weird during this social media time. I see on my timeline a lot that people feel like it's hard to make friends at an adult age, and it is, but I also feel like it's more so hard to make friends these days, especially as an adult, because people aren't genuine anymore. Like, people don't genuinely care about, people don't genuinely do things out of the kindness of their heart anymore. They do things for social media. They do things for the look of it, or they do things for what they can gain out of the friendship. Everybody is so selfish, you know, and they're looking at, well, what am I gaining from this? More than what can I give, you know? What can I give, or how can I be of service to you, or how can I just be a good friend in general? Not realizing that, like, once you put out love, once you put out good energy, once you put out positivity, once you are good to someone else, the good is definitely going to come back to you. Like, and it's not something that you will have to worry about. It's not something that you will have to force, you know? And so that's why I kind of feel like nowadays so many friendships are either forced or fabricated, especially in this with social media and with the internet. It's so easy to fabricate a completely different lifestyle. It's so easy to fabricate a completely different lifestyle than what you're currently living, or than what your reality is. Sometimes I feel like with social media, it has a lot of people in a fantasy world, to say the least. On top of the fantasy living that people have or do on social media, I feel like we also live in a time of instant gratification, or sometimes social media can give off a sense of, oh, she's so pretty, I bet she doesn't go through anything, or he has so much money, I bet he doesn't have any hardships in his life. And I feel like that is furthest from the truth. I feel like, if, first of all, being pretty doesn't exempt you from hardships. Being rich does not exempt you from struggles. And even walking with God doesn't exempt you from struggles or hardship. Honestly, if you're walking with God, you will probably get targeted by Satan even more. I was actually reading the book of Job, and long story short, Job was a pretty wealthy man, and he got everything taken away from him, from the material things to even his kids. And Satan asked God, could he pretty much tamper with his life and watch him forsake you, watch him go against you, watch him not claim or talk bad on your name. And God allowed Satan to tamper with his life. Now, Job did not do anything to deserve the tampering, but that's one thing that we have to realize. You don't have to do anything for Satan to tamper with your life. But sometimes God will allow Satan to tamper or do things to you just to test your loyalty, just to test to see if you are going to walk with him through the good and through the bad, or will you forsake him. And as people, you know, sometimes people only go to God when they're in shambles, but we have to learn how to go to God at all times. And so Job continued to walk with the Lord. He did not forsake him. He passed the test, you know. But at the end of the day, like, we have to realize Satan had to ask permission to tamper in Job's life. So at the end of the day, if he had to ask permission to tamper in Job's life, God Almighty, he's always in control, like, you know. And so when hardships are happening, you can't have the mindset of, why is this happening to me? But shift your mindset to, okay, God, what do you want me to learn from this lesson? What is it that you're trying to tell me in this season of my life? And so that's a whole nother thing as well. At this age and at this season of my life, I want more I don't want to say Christian, but more ministry friends, more friends that are on their walk with God too. Because sometimes when it's dealing with friendships, and like I was saying earlier about friends venting to you and things like that, sometimes, girl, it is above my pay grade. Okay? Some things you venting to me about, I can't help you. But I will point you to the one that can. Okay? Because if we both in distress, you know, we can help each other, but only to a certain extent. After a while, baby, it's above my pay grade. At this point, I'm only a listening ear. And honestly, sometimes that's all friends need, is for you to be a listening ear. You ever call your mama when you was upset and she actually made things worse? And you just be like, I'm gonna call you later. I ain't gonna lie, I am quick to be like, oh, hold on, somebody calling me. Let me call you back. Baby, nobody's calling me. You just pissed me off even more. And I need a break. I need a moment to myself, okay? But in all seriousness, the way life be life in these days, we need some help from an outside source. Sometimes I feel like people these days don't really stand on principle no more, especially how they used to back in the day. And if they do, and if you do stand on principle, like, don't let it waver depending on the friend, you know? Hold all your friends to the same standard. I also feel like a lot of people's problem these days is they don't like to effectively communicate within their friendships. Like, so many problems could be resolved if they just communicated exactly how they felt during that time, instead of holding things and blowing up later, subtweeting on social media, or just having like unclear air. I got this wig from Nadula wig. Your girl do not have a coupon code, but I can leave the link down to this exact wig down below in the description box. She was 150 density, pre-colored, frontal unit. She was 20 inches, but I went ahead and did the wolf cut on her to give her some shape. And I think I like it. I really do. She didn't come with baby hairs, but I went ahead and cut a few. As you guys can see, my son is not having it. He just wants to be held. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this. If you guys stay to the end of this video with me, thank you so much. Definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Your girl went off on a little tangent a little bit, but that's okay, because that's what girlfriends do, right? We talk about everything under the sun, things that may not even go together, but you know what? That's how you know you have a real friendship, okay? When you can talk about anything with your girlfriends. And so if you guys like these type of get ready with me chit chats, definitely let me know in the comments. I definitely can do more. And follow me on all my socials. I'll have them in the description box. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.